Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Adrian here. Hey, I've just sat down for an hour with Andang, who's on right now on Discord. We've been talking about the new Lord of the Rings game that's been announced by Avalon Games and Middle-earth Enterprises, in addition to talking about LOTRO as well, and if that new game will have an impact on LOTRO. We talked about state and the future of LOTRO, and we were just geeking and nerding out about Lord of the Rings and LOTRO in general. And that is an hour-long video that's coming out really, really soon. So to give you guys a little teaser, here's something that me and Andang are gonna do, and just to prove that he's here, why don't you say something, Andang?
Yes, I am here. The video that he talked about did happen, and I'm not being held against my will.
So we're gonna do something fun, just to get things going. We're gonna play a game of Would You Rather, and this is the Lord of the Rings Online edition for Would You Rather. So I'm gonna be reading off a bunch of weird, random, off-the-cuff questions, and both of us are gonna state our answers and just explain a little bit real quickly why we picked those answers, and then we'll move on. And after this, hang on tight. That roundtable will come to you real soon. Are you ready to go, Andang?
I'm ready.
Okay, first question. Would you rather play LOTRO or watch Lord of the Rings?
Play LOTRO. No question.
Play LOTRO for me too. Watching Lord of the Rings is great, but once every holiday season.
Yeah, I've seen Lord of the Rings enough times. LOTRO still has new content coming out, so definitely LOTRO.
The real question is extended edition or non-extended edition?
Always extended.
Awesome. All right, next question. Would you rather annoy Gandalf or annoy Elrond in LOTRO?
ELROND, because he annoys us by having us come back and talk to him all the time.
Same. That's the same for me, man. That's the one I was gonna go for. Elrond's quests is always like, every time you get a quest, go see Elrond, you're like, oh, something's coming. Something's up. He's always up to no good, and his quest is always centers around the four corners of Middle-earth. So, yeah, agree with that. Annoy Elrond. Next one. Would you rather LOTRO upgrade its graphics or produce content faster?
That's a tough one. If they upgrade their graphics, it would need to be a substantial upgrade, not just like what they've been doing for the Avatar update. So if it was a substantial update, I'd choose graphics probably. I'd much rather there be better graphics, and I'd be willing for them to take a year off just to get better graphics for the game.
Awesome. Yeah, that's for me too. I if they redo the graphics in a way that really changes the game, that would entice me to go back and roll a new character and see the game again from the beginning areas all the way up to the current content in a whole new light with the new graphics. Which is why that in itself could be, although it's old content, you'll see it in a whole new light. So, wow, who'd have thought? Three questions and all of us three same answers. This has got to change. Next up, would you rather buy AON a drink or buy ARWEN a drink?
You first on this one. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna buy AON a drink. I think she is awesome as a character, and for the role that she played in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, and I'm a big fan of her brother, so maybe buying her a drink will get me closer to her brother and get enlisted into the Rohirrim, so that could be a good idea.
LOTRO's AOWYN, Peter Jackson's ARWEN. LOTRO's AOWYN is so cool. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, next one. Would you rather walk into Mordor or fly into Mordor?
That's a tough question. I think I would rather fly, assuming that meant that there would actually be flying mechanics in LOTRO.
Right.
Just for that one part of the world. We don't need to be flying like on Nazgul above the Shire or anything, but flying above Mordor would be pretty cool.
same answer as well. I've walked into Mordor. I did it on stream. It was normal. Didn't feel like anything, you know. Even though that's a big deal. I mean, hey, we got eagles, and this has been made of. It's been joked about for years and years and years. We never used eagles, so I'd really like to get an eagle and just fly into Mordor.
Technically, our characters have ridden on eagles twice in LOTRO. We just haven't seen it.
Seen them, yeah.
So I would love to see it.
I don't want to be carried in their talons, though. I want to be like on their back with a saddle.
Gandalf style.
Funny. Gandalf style, that's right. Alrighty, next one. Would you rather do big epic battles all day or skirmishes all day?
Skirmishes, and I have many times.
Same here. Well, big battles. I liked them, and then I stopped liking them. That's all I'm gonna say about those.
I liked them. I liked the concept on the beta. Didn't like them when they were released because I thought they were gonna be polished more. But I've liked them more since as I've played them in groups. Playing epic battles in groups definitely makes them be way better than solo.
I guess just to give big battles just a little love. Retaking Pelargir is at least the best one up there. I would do that, no problem. Right, next one. Would you rather pug a LOTRO raid or say, screw it, I'm not doing it in a pug?
I'd rather pug just because I don't have a raiding kin right now, so I kind of have to. So yeah, I'd rather pug. But usually me pugging means that I'm playing it with my audience, so it's not really a full pug. So, but yeah, I'd rather pug.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. You get to play, you know, with your friends and your folks that watch the channel. I would rather pug it. I'm a big fan of pugging, especially in LOTRO. Some of the best moments I've had has all been through pugs, and it's through pugs that I actually met one of the best kinships ever. You know, they put out a call, and I said, okay, I'll be brave and go, and they liked what I did, and I became a member of the kin afterwards. So
very cool.
Good things happen in pugs. Right, next one. Would you rather stable master or mithril coin?
Definitely stable master, because mithril coin costs money. But I do both more often than I'd want to.
Yeah, I would stable master. We in the beginning, stable masters, you know, if you didn't have the swift travel unlock, you'd take the long scenic route, and that's usually a good time for me to alt tab and browse Facebook or something. So I did enjoy that downtime. And then when mithril coin came out, there were times, especially in Mordor, where I felt like I'm just going, you know, back and forth, and the mithril coin seemed like it was designed to play a big part in Mordor, and I did use a few which I should not have done, you know, but oh well. Stable master's my answer.
I know someone that refuses to fast travel in any game they play.
Oh wow.
In any game they play. I don't know how they do it. They fast traveled once. They claimed that they were feeling ill that day, and that's why. But they just refuse to fast travel because they just enjoy to explore the landscape. At least in, you know, big open world games like MMOs and RPGs and things like that. That's
awesome. I mean, that's incredible. Like
it's some dedication.
Only see the same. Yeah, it is. Like I can only see the same scenery like 4 times maximum, and then, you know, after a while it just gets like, I've been through it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, next question. Would you rather have a barbecue with Sam or go on an adventure with Bilbo?
Go on an adventure with Bilbo. Bilbo's cool, even old Bilbo. Super cool.
That's true. I would like to have a barbecue with Sam. I'm a big foodie, and I just think Sam has a lot of, you know, old school recipes up his belt.
Oh man,
I just want to taste his sausages and eat out of his pan. You know.
I mean, I'd probably still be eating good with Bilbo. Like I don't see a world where when you're with a hobbit you're not eating good. So
that's true. And he's probably going to have a lot of elven food too. Well, you know, his love for Rivendell.
See, that might be a negative. That might be a negative.
You don't like elven food?
I don't know yet, but I'd have to experiment.
Awesome. All right, next question. Would you rather redo the Moria expansion or redo the Mordor expansion?
Mordor. I'm not sure why yet. I'll let you answer and then I'll get back to it.
My choice is I'm gonna do the Moria expansion. The Mines of Moria is my favorite LOTRO expansion, and this is gonna shock a lot of people, but I've been consistent with that answer. I love the Mines of Moria because when you go in for the first time and how big and dark and the storyline, you know, you go in there and you're trying to help these dwarves reclaim your home, and you get to explore. And when it comes to the PvE, the instance cluster was fantastic. I had a lot of great moments in Moria. And then when you come out and you get into Lothlorien for the first time, you're like, oh, what a journey that was. And I spent 2 months in Moria, and the first month was entirely on foot because I didn't have the reputation to buy a goat Torrens Hall. So I will always remember that. That epic 2 months.
I spent a year in Mordor, and I want there to be less quests, and also them to just fix the first area. I feel like it's too big of a jump at the start, and it should have been more gradual to get to that, which apparently they're going to do soon.
Oh, nice.
And also just the whole first area quests, I feel like they could have done a lot more interesting things with to get you really into the expansion. And I know a lot of players that just stopped playing the expansion and didn't start again until they saw my videos and were like, oh, there's really interesting quests. I'll keep playing then, I guess. But that first area I feel like really needs a revamp already in Mordor.
Awesome. Cool. Still won't change my answer though. I'll probably go back when they do revamp Moria. When they revamp Mordor the same way they revamped Moria, then I may, level a second alt through.
Yeah.
Alrighty, awesome. Next question. Would you rather visit New Zealand, the home of Middle-earth, or visit the Standing Stone game offices to see the game being worked on?
New Zealand. I just have always wanted to go there. I haven't always wanted to go to the Standing Stone Games offices. Although Boston is one of my favorite cities, so it's kind of a trade-off there. But definitely New Zealand. I've been to Boston before. Boston's awesome. It's probably my most favorite place I've ever been. But I definitely want to go to New Zealand.
Awesome. Yeah, this one I thought long and hard, even as I was creating this question. I want to go to New Zealand and see all those locations and, just smell the dirt and at the same time. I am a huge MMORPG fan, and I'd love to go into a studio like Standing Stone Games, formerly Turbine, of course, and just see the process, see how it's being done, understand studios, because it's something that I want to do in the future. My big dream is to make my own game, and I just want to see how people run things, so talk to the devs, interview them, and yeah, so it's a hard one, but I'm gonna go with visit New Zealand.
I mean, both would be awesome. To me it's like 51-49%, like it's a split like that, but I have to say, seeing beautiful landscapes, I just gotta put over seeing an office building.
When you put it that way, yeah. All right, next up. Would you rather be the ring bearer on Mount Doom or join the host of the West at the gates?
The host of the West, so I don't lose a finger.
You broke me.
I did. I got him there. Post in the comments on his video about how I got him there, everybody. Just post right now. Be like, Andang got you. Haha.
That is such a great answer. I don't like the whole hero thing. I would rather be standing surrounded by a group of people where I can easily just back into the shadow and just piggyback of somebody already taking down an orc, and I can just finish him off. It's easier that way instead of getting your finger bitten off. Yeah, good one.
Now, statistically, being part of the host of the West, you probably have a higher chance of not making it out alive. But I'd have all my fingers, so it'd be okay.
Right. And if we go in like cool armor, man.
Yeah.
Cool armor.
It'd be a good way to go out.
Alrighty. Okay, next question. Would you rather LOTRO make a new playable race or a new class?
New class, for sure. I don't know what it would be, but I'd much rather have a new class because what race you pick in LOTRO doesn't really make that much of a difference. It does add a little bit more story, but it's not enough to warrant the entire new type of gameplay that a class would offer.
Agreed. Same here. I would be excited for a new LOTRO class just to see what creative ways they add to the game in terms of players being able to do things. What kind of roles are we looking at? I mean, it's all been standard so far. Every class, like the latest one, the last one we had was the Bjorning. Tank, heals, DPS. So the next one coming, I want to see something more different than that. Give us a specialized class that is meant for a couple of things, and then you can go from there, or make a class that doesn't use the trait tree system that LOTRO has, and just play with something new. Give us a reason to go, holy cow, this is great.
And it's been like 3 years since LOTRO's gotten a new class, something like that. So it's time again. I feel like
it's time. It's time. Alrighty. And final one, would you rather be on an episode of Casual Stroll to Mordor or LOTRO Players?
Oh my goodness, you're putting me in this spot. Well, I would much rather be on a Casual Stroll to Mordor episode because that would imply that there would be new Casual Stroll to Mordor episodes, whereas LOTRO Players News is continuing on with still. So I'd much rather see CSTM come back than just be on LOTRO Players News.
Yeah. You handled that with so much poise. Like I was about to pat myself on the back there for a tough question. But yeah, great answer. For me, I've had the privilege of being invited to be on both. Thanks Andang for that. That was really fun, by the way, for LOTRO Players.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
And CSTM, it was their last episode, and I called in to say thanks and goodbye. And for me, I would, as Andang said, because LOTRO Players News is always there, very consistent. You can rely on them week after week. CSTM, if they came back for one more episode, just like a reunion, get the band together kind of thing, and just talk about the new Lord of the Rings MMO, or just talk about LOTRO. Yeah, I would love to be, speaking to them or just listening to them. It's been a while.
Or even just saying that they're like, just do an episode of just the two of them walking into Mordor and talking about it.
Right.
Now that they finally made it there. Like that would be such a cool episode with the topic of their podcast. It would be cool.
Absolutely. And that wraps up our Would You Rather game here. All about Lord of the Rings, all about LOTRO. This, of course, is the teaser for that big roundtable we have coming out really, really soon, both here on my channel and on Andang's channel as well. So stay tuned for that. Andang, hope you enjoyed the questions, man. And this was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Alrighty,
we need to make more videos together. We need to. Let's make it happen.
We talked about the collaboration, and now we're finally getting into it. So yeah, stay tuned for more. For those of you guys out there, thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Head on over to Andang's channel to see more Lord of the Rings content, more Lord of the Rings online content, and all that good stuff. And we will see you at the round table video. Later all. Hey folks, welcome to the end screen. Thank you very much for watching that video. If you want to watch more, you can click on the cards at the bottom here, and feel free to subscribe to the channel with the button down there, which will give you notifications on all my latest uploads. Later, Gator.